Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your mid-season tarot reading. We're going to open up the energy of the reading today with the Hummingbird Spirit. Very nice. It says, be here now. Yeah, let's be in the present moment, all right? Let's pay attention to what's going on in this present moment. And let's see what opportunities are here. And let's see what else is going on. We're going to use the Thoth Tarot today. And we start with an Ace of Pentacles, Four of Wands. We have a Knight of Wands. We have a Prince of Pentacles, a Two of Cups. We have a Star. Look at that. Destiny is upon us here. I feel like this is really good energy. Really wonderful. I like the fire and earth that we have here too, you know, that sort of electrical circuit of creation. We have the Moon card. We have the Eight of Swords. So yeah, there might be something right now that seems a little bit unclear, and we want to make sure we don't overthink everything right now. Nine of Wands, some good strength, and of course, your Chariot superpower card at the end there. That is absolutely beautiful. Such a good spread of cards here. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set this down right over here with Tiny Bob Ross right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comments right below the video there. Okay. Now, as we look around the room, we see major, major, and major. So I kind of feel like if there is some kind of confusion or darkness going on right now, you know, some kind of a fog or, you know, a lack of clarity, I think we need to kind of trust in our momentum, you know, trust in what we've been doing, have a little bit of faith in ourselves, and I think we're going to make the progress there. It's kind of like we might be flying blind here a little bit. I think that's okay. All right, I think that the clarity will arrive. We will get the certainty that we're looking for, and the path will become clear. We have fire, good fire energy. We've got water, we've got some air, we've got some earth. Let's start with our earth energy here. This is the Ace of Pentacles. There may be a financial opportunity or some kind of a new job thing that's going to appear for you right now. Take it seriously. It might be a really good idea. Expect maybe an email or an offer or some kind of an appearance of something that could grow into something long term. Okay, this is a good time for you to begin a new budget, a side project, or even begin a new health goal. Let's plant a seed, you know, and maybe it has to do with a meeting, maybe it's a purchase or a commitment to something. That seed might grow into something really fruitful and really profitable for you, okay? Also a good time of just focusing on those daily habits, okay? Results are going to come through the repetition. Part of our Chariot energy, right, is that self-control, that discipline. Review things in your life too, like subscriptions or payments or any kind of clutter, financial stuff, right? Simplify things in order to strengthen what you have. Okay, small practical steps are going to bring a lot of rewards for you right now. Okay, we have a Four of Wands also, which is kind of like this card of bringing something to conclusion. It's a card of completion. Okay, so this is you know, maybe it's time to sort of to find some closure in some aspect of our life. Maybe this is a good time to recognize how far we've come with certain projects, certain endeavors, and there may be a milestone sort of happening here with this one, okay? This is a card, again, kind of repetition, the good habits, things that are working. Let's keep doing the things that are working, especially if we have this moon energy and there's a little bit of fog, you know, that something is not quite clear yet. Let's just keep doing what we know has been working. No major changes right now, you know. But I feel like a lot of you are getting very close to reaching a reaching a milestone, reaching some sort of a completion of a certain segment of your work, of your your tasks or some particular project. Okay. This is a card that is also kind of making me feel like some good news is about to arrive. It may have to do with home, family, or even kind of a celebration, right? I feel like it's good news. There might be an invitation. You might be getting some very welcomed but kind of surprise visitors. I kind of feel like there may be a reason to like decorate and enjoy the company of friends or family. Okay, definitely a card of finishing the project or finishing some kind of chores that are going to create more space for you, create peace. Yeah. Let's spend some quality time with people who feel familiar, people who feel like home. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting, okay? Celebrate your wins. Celebrate those milestones because they deserve acknowledgement. There may be a partnership or even a kind of a living situation for some of you that is going to stabilize. If there's been some kind of there's been a lack of stability or lack of clarity in terms of that living situation, it's going to stabilize, okay? Also, more gratitude is going to help to stabilize things and create more harmony and create more connection, all right? Now, please hit the like button if you haven't yet. That really helps to push this reading out to everybody that needs to see it. I thank you, and they thank you as well. Okay. We've got a Knight of Wands under the surface here as well. This is a surge of energy. Okay. So you might feel a kind of rush of energy right now. So act on that. Okay. Act quickly, especially on these opportunities, but don't be reckless. Okay. There may be that new thing might be pulling your focus. Could be a new challenge, that new project, that sort of that idea or that opportunity, the business or that job thing or something. You might feel a real motivation to get started. It might involve a little bit of travel. There's again, this kind of idea of invitations coming in. There could be a lot of passion involved. It could be a real interest. I feel like this is a very motivated kind of card, right? But don't overpromise yourself, okay? This enthusiasm may fade kind of fast, faster than the results are going to appear. So it's kind of like saying, pace yourself, yeah. Direct any extra energy, if there is any, into exercise or other creative outlets, okay? If you feel an abundance of restless energy, find a healthy outlet for it. Let's avoid drama right now. Let's not be too impulsive where things are kind of unchecked and our energy is going into entanglements that are just not really serving our purpose. Okay, your passion, your momentum, this excitement and this enthusiasm are really going to be productive when you are aiming it at that Ace of Pentacles, that new thing, that job, that opportunity, or whatever it might be. Okay, really has the chance to produce a lot of results for you. Yeah, we have a very steady energy with our Prince of Pentacles here. That's the builder. Yeah, so really a good time to focus on financial stability and kind of how you are. I don't know how you're managing your resources, I guess, right? How things are coming and going in your life, and how you sustain your effort, because the Knight of Wands is a very fast-moving energy. It's a burst of energy that sometimes fizzles out, but the princes of the tarot are very stable, so they will last for a long time. So how do we manage not only our physical resources like our money and stuff, but how do we manage our energy? Okay, how do we sort of regulate our energy in a way that will keep us going for longer? Yeah. So we don't burn out on something, so that we don't lose interest in something, especially when this is a new a new situation, if it's a new job, if it's a new opportunity or a side project or a side hustle or something like that. We want to find a way to stick with it long enough that we can actually see the results of it, okay? With the Prince, I'm also feeling like there's some kind of an increase in your authority almost, right? I kind of feel that there's like some kind of a business thing that's developing for you. Your consistency is going to bring your success. It's not really about risk-taking. This is about showing up every day and being very steady, being stable, being reliable, yeah? Again, with the managing your responsibilities, managing your energy and your resources, people are going to rely on that. People want you to sort of be like almost predictable, you know, almost like they know they can count on you, okay? Also plan for future growth. Think about your investments, your savings, think about your long-term goals. Maybe even think about mentoring others or kind of sharing what you know and what you've learned with other people. But definitely protect your assets, okay? Take a look at like your contracts, your insurance, like, you know, stuff like that. Very mundane stuff, but check in all that. Make sure that you're protecting what you have. Make sure your car is insured and just make sure you're up to date on all those kinds of things, okay? This is a really wise sort of energy that's taking responsibility for, you know, the life that you're building, okay? No cutting corners, no shortcuts, making sure everything's on the up and up and make sure everything is stable and steady. Nothing is, you know, it's like you're going around kicking the tires, making sure everything is as good as it can be, all right? We have a Two of Cups, all right? A good time for love, very good time for love, all kinds of love. The Two of Cups is romantic love, platonic love, it's divine love, it's self-love. It's any kind of a relationship that makes you feel supported. It makes you feel appreciated. It's reciprocity. It's the two-way street of love and affection, you know. And so this is a really good time for focusing on those relationships, acknowledging those relationships, telling people how you feel about them, letting people know that you care. And especially, again, those relationships that feel like they're supportive of you and you're supportive of them. It's got to be that two-way street. So it kind of implies that you're identifying relationships that maybe are not balanced in that way, okay? Are there relationships where you're giving, not getting anything back? Not that love is transactional, okay? But have you been putting in way too much effort in particular relationships that you might start to think, well, maybe it's not really worth it anymore, you know? Let's strengthen the right relationships, the right partnerships. Again, romantic, platonic, work relationships even, right? Family stuff. It's a good time for strengthening those kinds of partnerships, okay? And some of you may be expecting like a reconciliation or a conversation that's going to kind of clear away any tension. So if there's any relationship that right now feels a little bit weird or even rocky or like stretched or strained, expect something along those lines. Expect something in that area of life, that conversation or a gesture or something like that, okay? For those of you that are single right now, I feel like there might be an opportunity to meet somebody with whom you have some genuine chemistry, okay? Nurture any relationship right now where there is mutual support. At home, at work, at school, teamwork and partnerships really can flourish right now. If your emotions feel off, if any relationship feels kind of weird or if it's like out of balance or something, you know, communicate that. Be direct and talk about it. Don't make assumptions, okay? Share appreciation for the people in your life that you cherish. Yeah. This period of time could bring a lot of connection and healing through the giving and receiving of love and affection, communicating through love. Doesn't have to be words. Gestures, actions, feelings, right? Really say a lot. Yeah. Star card next. Star card's one of my favorite cards. It's this card of hope and renewal and inspiration and destiny, and it's like Spirit is telling us to just have faith in the future. Trust that the future is going to be spectacular and marvelous for you. Be here now. Take care of what's going on in your life right now. The opportunities that are here, the people that are here, the things that you're doing right now. Pay attention to the present. And the future will take care of itself. Okay? So anyway, with the star card here, we have kind of a lifting of the vibe. You know, I feel like a lot, we're getting really hopeful about the future now. I think a lot of things are kind of going our way, and it feels good. I think there's been a lot of stress for you. And I think a lot of you are experiencing a raising of the vibration, a lifting of your mood after that recent stress, okay? If you've been having health things going on, slowing down your life a little bit and hydrating, especially if there are these new opportunities, you feel this surge of energy. When you have a Knight of Wands, this is fire on fire. You're going to need to hydrate. You're going to need to, make sure that you get ample rest, right? And if sleep has been disturbed for you, I feel like some of this other energy, as well as giving yourself time to wind down and hydrate, is going to help you sleep better at night, okay? There might be an opportunity coming in your life right now, opening up to you where you can share your story with somebody. Your honesty may help somebody else that needs to heal. Okay, so if that opportunity arises for you, take advantage of it. Yeah. Very soon, I think you can expect some sort of encouragement or praise for your work or your honesty, or praising the quality of your work or something like that. Some kind of acknowledgement, I feel, is coming into your life very soon, okay? Plan something creative for yourself. Either creative or like a spiritual refresh, make a vision board, journal something, listen to some music, or even, write some music, okay? Or even plan some kind of a ceremony for yourself where it's just kind of like you can reset your energy. For me, I told the story the other day, or sometimes when I need that reset, what I'll do is I'll shave my head and I'll go buy a used book at a bookstore, But it could be something like a ritual bath. It could be dancing, music, some kind of just like a ceremony kind of thing, Or even if it's just like an art or a craft even, like the vision board, that sort of thing, yeah. Look for signs and symbols and synchronicities right now, because I feel like you will see a sign confirming that you're on the right path, okay? Optimism is going to be very, very helpful for you right now, especially as we're moving in now to this moon card. By the way, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, okay? It really does support the channel, and I really do appreciate that, especially if the reading is resonating with you, all right? The moon card. First of all, it may be fluctuating emotions. It may be that, you're having different feelings about different things and different people. Trust those feelings, but also verify the facts, okay? Don't make assumptions, and don't act too impulsively right now. We want to have a little bit of the air energy that will kind of counterbalance that. Not too much of the air, though, either. We have that overthinking Eight of Swords. For some of you, a situation may look unclear. There may be a fog that has settled on something here. Clarity will appear. The truth will emerge within a few days, okay? So just give it some time. Avoid any assumptions, and also avoid gossip, avoid fear, avoid any kind of impulsive choices right now. Pay attention to your dreams and your intuitions. They'll give you guidance. Check it with the facts and pay attention to reality. Be here now. Don't worry too much about the future. If you're not sure about something right now, stay here right now, be in the present moment, and you'll see that the clarity will come. Okay? Another card that's making me feel like, if I were you anyway, I would try to do something creative. Make some art, journal more than usual, something to help process emotions too, maybe talking with somebody and having that kind of emotional bond, or working through your emotions with someone you trust, someone that feels safe. Okay. Extra rest, I think, is important too, especially with not only with our Chariot, but with our Knight of Wands Knight of Wands also. Extra rest might be a good idea for you. Okay. I think whatever seems unclear, I feel like in a few days it's going to be much more clear. Yeah. I want to do one thing before we move on. I'm going to do a manifestation oracle card for you. And here we have purified desires. Burn away old patterns to make room for new possibilities. And say, I welcome opportunities. Burn away old patterns. Okay. So really it's just, kind of like, be here in the moment now. And when opportunities arise, take advantage of them. Kind of leap into action, but do so cautiously and thoughtfully, obviously. And if you're unsure about something, then maybe you wait for the path to become a little more clear. Okay, but there are a lot of options that are coming in. I think there's something in particular that is arising for either for work or career or something like that. But welcome those new opportunities. Okay. The Eight of Swords that we have here is kind of an overthinking card. It is a Jupiter in Gemini, over-analysis kind of thing. Okay, making something too complex. If we're feeling stuck or trapped, okay, the answer is going to be simplicity. The solution is smaller, simpler, and I think a lot closer than you realize. Overthinking for you is going to magnify the problems. So take that small step of action that will help us to get through some of this. Ask somebody outside of the situation for kind of a neutral, unbiased perspective. That might help you, because the Eight of Swords, we're kind of looping back in on the same issues. It's like we can't really see anything beyond this figure eight dance we're doing. So it might be that we need an outside perspective to help us get a little, help us break that mental loop. Yeah. Might be a good time to consider rearranging something in your life, rearranging your space or even your schedule, just to help you feel like you kind of have a little bit more control over things. Okay. Definitely say no to any kind of unnecessary stress. You got to have some boundaries. You got to declutter your mind a little bit. No assumptions. Don't assume that something isn't going to work. Don't assume something is not for you. Don't make any assumptions at all. Don't assume anything is going to be perfect either. Test it. Test reality. Okay? And that's kind of this with this the Ace of Pentacles there. It's like we're going to take advantage of these opportunities. We're not going to assume anything. We're not going to overthink it. We're just going to try it and see what happens. Okay? Courage is going to help you to unravel some of these mental knots that we have. Okay? The next card we come to is a Nine of Wands, and that is a very powerful card. It's strength. Okay, and I feel like a lot of you are getting close to the end of a particular phase of your journey. Again, with the Four of Wands there, feels like we're getting close to a milestone. We're getting close to the completion of some segment of this path for you. And I think that it's, this is a card that's saying we might be getting pretty fatigued. We might be like really coming to the end of our gas tank, So it's a card really that's saying don't give up. Like you may be feeling sore, but stick with it because you're almost there. We've almost arrived somewhere here. So you'll feel tired, but you're close to finishing something important. There may be something coming up in your life right now that's going to test your patience. That's going to be the final test before the results kind of get here, okay? So try to take a rest somewhere in the next few days so that you don't burn out. Giving yourself enough time for renewal and recuperation and healing is going to allow you to continue being strong and pushing forward in your life. Someone around you may be questioning your plans, okay? You've got to have backbone here. You've got to have the resolve, this inner strength and sort of fortitude to trust in your plan, trust in your experience, okay? Maybe a good time to remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing in life. Why are you working so hard at the things you're working on? And if we do that, maybe we'll connect with that sense of purpose again, and that'll motivate us. You've come way too far to quit, okay? Cancer, you should be simplifying your tasks to preserve energy, okay? The law of the conservation of energy, right? Let's study that one, Cancer, and let's try to embody that. Okay, let's see where we might be able to streamline things or simplify things so that we're not burning too much of our fuel unnecessarily. Okay, let's stay strong. Let's finish strong, because I feel like you're on the cusp of a very, very significant achievement as part of your greater journey in life. Okay, the Chariot card. Obviously, your superpower card, right? This is a card of triumph. It's saying that your discipline, your focus is paying off. That a lot of the things that you have set out to do are coming to fruition now. And I think a lot of your accomplishments are bringing in more opportunities for you anyway, right? So I think that, this is a card of sort of continuing down the road that we're on. We don't see any cards really right now of like experimenting with other things or like switching gears or changing course. This is momentum. And if you've felt the fog, or if you felt the Eight of Swords, you felt a little stuck or a little unclear, you're continuing down the same road. It may be tempting to go off trail. It may be tempting to experiment or tinker or explore other pathways. Your momentum is going to return, okay? Things are going to start moving a lot faster than they were before. You've been in a little bit of a dark, scary forest, and if you can't see the road in front of you, if it's foggy out, what do? You drive slower. Your momentum is going to return. So just stay on the same road you're on. If things are slowing down, fine. The momentum will return. Things are going to start picking up speed. Expect some kind of news or approval very soon that may be connected with like travel or transport or to your progress generally, okay? Stay focused. Don't let your emotions, don't let this moon energy steer you off course. If there are any conflicts that arise, stay professional, stay calm, keep your composure, okay? Maybe consider something of a physical nature too, something like an exercise or some kind of a routine, some way to like just to bring a little bit more discipline into things, okay? Literally with the Chariot, make sure if you drive, take care of the car, okay? If there's anything that has to do with your maintenance of your car, changing the oil, checking the tires, checking the brakes, that sort of thing, do that before it grows into a bigger problem. Really, any kind of any tool you use, any kind of technology, right? The car, right? It's tech. Any kind of tools that you use now, focus on the maintenance. Take care of that stuff now before it grows into a bigger problem, okay? Your momentum is really is bringing you a victory here. Yeah, this is awesome. Let's look at our mystery card. I feel like maybe there should be some water energy or some more pentacles. I kind of feel like it might be the World card. Yeah, a bigger sort of accomplishment thing. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. 10 of Wands, going from a 9 to a 10 of Wands. So yeah, it seems to me like you're getting dangerously close to the red line. getting dangerously close to burning out, right? So it may be that, especially for those of you that feel there's a little bit of a fog or an uncertainty and we're sort of things are slowing down a little bit, that's good. Maybe that's a good time for you to rest a little bit. Spend a little bit more time focusing on self-care, hydrating. With all the fire energy here, it feels like we might be getting a little dehydrated. Okay? It could be that, you're going to feel your workload increase, especially as things start to pick up the pace and the fog clears and things start moving faster. So think about delegating or reorganizing things so that you don't burn out. Okay? You may be getting kind of some extra tasks or more responsibilities, especially if we take advantage of that Ace of Pentacles. Ask for help where you need it. Don't worry about perfectionism. Don't worry about getting everything done exactly right. Complete the things that are on your plate to the best of your ability. Don't spend too much time making one thing absolutely perfect and then the other things we never actually get to. Okay, make sure everything gets done to the best of your ability. Simplify things. Drop burdens where you can. Simplify your commitments where you can. Okay. You might be feeling some back or shoulder tension, and that means rest. Not optional, mandatory rest. Okay. Balance your effort with boundaries. Okay. Work as hard as you can. Really, really push. But listen to your body, listen to your intuition, and rest when you need to. You don't say, well, once I finish this task, then I'll rest. No, if your body's saying to rest, you stop what you're doing and you rest. Okay? Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. Click the join button that is right down there. Cancer, we're going to do an I Ching hexagram. We're going to do some oracle cards. We'll clarify love and money, and we'll do the yes-no coin. Cancer, I thank you, I love you, and we're all in this together.